Alright, we are going to talk about adding and subtracting polynomials today. So before we do that, we are going to do a recap on what it looks like when we combine like terms. Remember, like terms have to have some things that are the same. For example, in number 1, in order to combine them, they need to have the same variable. And so I can combine this 3x with this negative 4x, but I can't combine anything with anything else because these have different variables than the x. So 3x minus 4x, that's negative 1x. And 7y and negative 2y go together. And 7y plus negative 2y, that's going to be positive 5y. And 8 and 7 go together, that's going to be a positive 15. And we like our answers in standard form, which means the variables go in alphabetical order. Now in example 2, remember when we add and subtract radicals, the radical has to be the same. So for example, I can combine the 8 root 7 and the negative 2 root 7 because they have the same root, but the 4 root 5 can't go with it. So 8 minus 2 root 7, remember when that happens, you apply to your coefficient, so 8 minus 2 is 6, and then your radical has to stay the same. And then this is by itself. And since this root 5 is prime, I can't simplify that any further, so that's my final answer. So when we add polynomials, we're treating it like combining like terms, where everything has to be the same. So the variable and the exponent have to be the same in order to make that happen. Your variable and exponent, when you combine, do not change. So if I'm looking at example 1, we have 2a squared minus 7a minus 8a cubed plus 3a cubed plus 6a plus 6a squared. I'm going to start by looking for things that go with a squared, and it has to have an a squared. So the only thing I can put with that is this a squared. 2a squared plus 6a squared, that's going to be 8a squared. Negative 7a and positive 6a, those can go together. Negative 7 plus 6, that's negative 1. And negative 8a cubed and positive 3a cubed can go together. Negative 8 plus 3, that's negative 5. And then it wants me to write my answer in standard form. That means my exponents have to go from high to low. So I have to do a little bit of rearranging here, making sure I keep my signs with where they're supposed to go. So it's going to become negative 5a cubed plus 8a squared minus 1a. And that's my final answer. Example 2. I have 7x cubed. And what can go with that is the 4x cubed. So that's going to become 11x cubed. My negative 1 has nothing that can go with it because everything else is a variable. That's my constant, so I'm just going to rewrite that. My negative 5x to the 4th has a negative 4x to the 4th that can go with it. That's going to become negative 9x to the 4th. And then I've got this leftover x here. I'm just going to bring that down. And I've got to write my answer in standard form, which means my highest exponent has to go first. So I'm going to do negative 9x to the 4th plus 11x cubed plus x minus 1. That'll be my final answer. Now in the last example, there's an interesting point here. I've got this 4x cubed y squared. I can only combine things that have both an x cubed and a y squared. So this negative 8y squared, even though it has a y squared, it does not have the x cubed. I can't combine that. I can only combine it if every variable and exponent are identical. So I can combine this 4x cubed y squared with negative 8x cubed y squared and nothing else. This is going to become negative 4x cubed y squared. And then my negative 7y doesn't seem to have anything that can go with it, so I'm just going to rewrite that. Negative 8y squared. It's got a negative 2y squared over there. That's going to become a negative 10y squared. And then I've got this leftover 3x squared y squared. And I want to write my answer in standard form. If you have more than one variable, you need to put the one who has the highest sum first. So I have exponents of 3 and 2 here, and 2 and 2 here, so this one goes to go first. Negative 4x cubed y squared plus 3x squared y squared minus 10y squared minus 7y. That would be my final answer. Now when I subtract, the process is the same except for one step is different, and that's your very first step. You have to distribute that negative to everything in that second set of parentheses. After we do that, we add the coefficients that are the same. We write it in standard form just like we just did. So I'm going to start by rewriting this. My first three terms are good because they come before the minus. So I'm just going to rewrite them as they are. I'm going to distribute this negative to everything, which means every sign changes. This is going to become a minus k to the third plus 2k to the fourth minus 7. Once I've done that step, it's the same as the last step. So, got this 4. I can put the 4 and the negative 7 together. Give me a negative 3. Got a negative k to the fourth and a 2k to the fourth. It's going to give me a positive 1k to the fourth. And I've got a 5k cubed and a negative k cubed. That's going to be a positive 4k cubed. And then just like before, I have to write my answer in standard form. So this is going to become k to the fourth plus 4k cubed times 3. Now, next example, I'm going to write my first two terms like they were, then I've got to distribute this minus sign. So I'm going to have 3p to the fourth plus 3p squared minus 6p, and then I've got to distribute. So this is going to become a minus 3p plus 7p squared minus 5p to the fourth. I've got to change every sign after the minus. Alright, I've got a 3p to the fourth and a negative 5p to the fourth. That's going to give me a negative 2p to the fourth. Got a 3p squared and a 7p squared. That's going to give me positive 10p squared. Negative 6p and negative 3p. That's going to give me a negative 9p. And this one happened to end in standard form as it is, since 4 is my highest exponent, so that's in good shape. The next example. Remember, I can only combine if everything is the same. So I'm going to start by rewriting my first set. Then I'm going to change everything after the minus. It's going to become minus 2ab plus 2a cubed minus a squared. Got a 4 squared, or 4a squared rather, b squared. It doesn't look like I've got anything else to go with that, so I'm going to rewrite that. I've got a 2ab and a minus 2ab. Those cancel. I've got a minus 2a cubed and a plus 2a cubed. Those also cancel. I've got this leftover a squared. Since this is already in standard form, you're in good shape. Alright, I would like you to try these yourself. Please pause the video, and then when you're ready, show me what you end up with. here's what I had for answers. Check. If you don't have what I have, it's possible I made a mistake. Come find me so we can talk about it. Okay. I need you to show me these notes when you're done, and then when you show me completed notes, I will give you a homework assignment to work on. You'll have the rest of the class to work.